Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the next topic, that is asymmetry relation, guys. So in the last lecture, we discussed about symmetry relation, anti-symmetry relation, right? Yes. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, please watch it and come back here, guys. Because the terminology which I'll be using, it might be related to it, okay? Yes. Okay, so let us start. So basically, if you recall, what does the symmetry say, guys? Symmetry says that if A comma B is in the list, B comma A should be there. Okay, so what anti-symmetry told? If A comma B is there, B comma A should not be there. And if it is 1 1, 2 2, 3 3 or 4 4 or diagonal pairs, it's okay. What anti-symmetry says is if A comma B is there, B comma A is not allowed and none of the diagonal elements are allowed. So that is what asymmetry says. So now you got an idea, right? Yes. So a relation on a set A is said to be asymmetric if for all A comma B belongs to R, A comma B belongs to R, such that B comma A does not belongs to R. Simply quite clear, right? Yes. Okay. Symmetry not allowed, even diagonal are not allowed. Okay. Yes. Got it? Yes. Okay. So now let us go through the example which we have solving from the first lecture, right? Yes. So just give me a second, I'll covering them. Okay, they will be falling off, right? Okay, it's okay. Will not be seeing them. Somewhat covered. Okay, yes. Okay, so we are discussing about asymmetry. So what is the concept diagonal are not allowed? So in A cross A, diagonal will be there, right? Hence, it is wrong. Okay, it's, sorry, my bad. Okay, so I cannot see it, it's okay. So A cross A is not allowed, okay. Similarly, moving on to 5. So what is a 5, guys? So one of the most important thing which I told with respect to this symmetrical thing is, so if and only if it is there. So basically, if A comma B is there, we are going to work with some relation with respect to opposite of it, right? Like B comma A. But if one is not there, other is, we don't care it. So 5 will also be anti-symmetry, guys. Okay. So when it comes to 1 1, 2 2, 3 3. So what did I told you? Diagonal are not allowed. I clearly told you, right? Yes. Hence, this is also not asymmetric. Here, now it comes to 1 2, 2 3 and 1 3. So for 1 2, what we need, guys? 2 1, it's not there. Very good. 2 comma 3, we need 3 2, it's not there. 1 3, we need 3 1, not there. Hence, this is our first asymmetric list, guys. Yes. 1 1, 1 1 is there, so it's not asymmetric. 1 1, it's not asymmetric. Okay, 1 3, 2 1, 2 3 and 3 2. Okay, so here this is also not asymmetric. Okay, yes. So now you got an idea, right? Yes. So it's quite simple, guys. So the thing is, we discussed the 3 different topics till date, right? Yes, with respect to symmetric, right? Yes. So now I hope everyone got a clear idea, right? So what symmetric says, if AB is there, BA should be there. What anti-symmetry says, if AB is there, BA should not be there, but I will allow if diagonal pairs like 1 1, 2 2, 3 3. Okay, and what asymmetric says, if AB is there, BA should not be there, and I am not going to allow diagonals. That's it. Okay, yes. So now you got an idea, right? Yes. Okay, so now what is the smallest possible thing, guys? So it is nothing but 5, right? Yes. And what is the largest one? It is nothing but n into n minus 1. Okay, so few students will be like, what is this n into n minus 1? So basically it is nothing but the Cartesian product, that is nothing but what we can write. So A cross A minus diagonal of A, guys. So that's what it is written in some other way. Okay, yes. So now let us go through the derivation which we are doing from the first lecture of this relations. Okay, so it is nothing but again here we are having n square, so among them we are having n, and here we are having n square minus n. Okay, so again this is also a symmetrical type, so you can select only one, guys. So it is again halved. But if you recall, diagonal elements are not allowed, so means everyone should be zeros. So indirectly there is only one option. Okay, when it comes to here again we are having the 3 cases, right? So both of them might be absent, like 2 comma 1 and 1 comma 2. Okay, so both of them could be absent, any one of them could be absent. If both of them are present, it's not valid, right? So in rest of the 3 cases we'll approve. So indirectly it is nothing but 3 power n square minus n by 2. Got it? Yes. So this is the final formula for asymmetric, guys. Got it? Yes. So it's a quite interesting and easy thing, right? Yes. So till now, I think most of the students, before watching these 3 lectures, most of the students will be confused between the symmetric, asymmetric and antisymmetric. But hopefully now I have cleared your doubts, right? Yes. Okay. So I hope everyone got a clear idea about this. So in the next lecture, let us continue our next lecture with the transitive relation, guys. This is an interesting relation if you ask me, right? Yes. So the relation will work in this way. So if A comma B is present and B comma C is present, A comma C should be present. So that is the concept of transitive. Okay. Yes. So anyway, we'll be taking some examples and we'll be learning exactly how it works in the next lecture. And is there any trick to identify whether the relation is transitive or not? Okay. Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. So in the next lecture, let us continue with the next topic, that is a transitive relation. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.